about Castlevania Slap for the first trilogy, and we are underway.
Starting with Link's house for most of our runners, the Dark Chapel for Salty Fry, wanting to head immediately to the Village of Outcasts, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to be doing here, as pretty much everyone now has... So for Matt, he wants to farm bombs. He immediately goes to whatever... I've been calling it different names as of late. So I've been calling it different names for Hype Cave. So,
Ooh! Stumpy with power gloves.
Interesting little start here. And 10 arrows on the bumper cave right out of the gate.
So immediately our runners could go up Death Mountain and sequence break their way to the Light World to get a save point.
Salty Fry gonna do a death warp to just do a save and quit or something like that, but okay. So what he's trying to do is farming for bombs, so he's death warping over and over and over again to get more bombs.
Nothing wrong with that. In the meantime, I think we saw at least one pendant and our 2 pyramid crystals. Green pendant on Skullwoods, pyramid crystals at Misery Mire and Palace of Darkness, if I saw correctly.
Yep, so what Frostbite and Chloe are doing now is just continuing to farm those bombs. They have 6. So, Salty Fry has 6 at least. Frostbite on 2, Chloe at pretty much now 6. Really big key. Can't do the bomb jump because they're at 1 heart right now. Well, up in the death warp.
Yep. And Windu, that is correct. We start in the dark, we make our way towards the light, and some important locations are also inverted.
Yeah, namely, Aga Tower is where Ganon's Tower would normally be, and the Ganon's Tower is where the Aga Tower will be.
And ew, Skullwoods front chests have nothing.
So Salty Fry since he got the bombs just from farming it alone, Chloe actually going to be doing the honors of checking the big chest and just a key, typical for Skullwoods.
All right, Hype Cave. I mean, if this cave doesn't have value for us, then I really don't know what to do.
I just call it different names.
All right, what do you call this cave then?
All right, give me the rundown. Bombs, 20 rubes, a heart piece, and well, a random assortment items cave, or just assortment cave, I guess.
Munitions cave.
Munitions. There you go.
But that's not what we're looking for here. We need some progression to get our way out of here. And Chloe is hoping C-shaped house will have it.
Only thing we have so far is that power glove over on Stumpy.
Thank you for demonstrating, Salty Fry.
Chloe entering Thieves Town.
Well, considering that Chloe only has 20 rupees instead of the 30 for the chest game, not necessarily a bad idea. Speaking of games, Salty is heading to Dumpe's grave digging game. Well, just digging game, but who knows what's under there.
Now, generally most runners would go from here... Well, generally most runners would... Oh, okay, hello. We got a fire rod.
And we had our first sword as well in Thieves Town.
Interesting. Anyway, I was going to say that generally most runners will do the arrow game, the bow game, just to get more rupees. As soon as they get like the 20, and they'll just keep shooting the arrows at the predictable moment, so that they can keep farming rupees, and so they have enough just to get through this.
I only saw one useful item in Thieves Town front, but then again, it was the sword.
Yeah, so Salty Fry having the advantage here with that Fire Rod at the moment. Matt only having that Power Glove and going through Skull Woods. So we do have access to Mothula, which is a good thing. Although it is a green pendant, so we won't be able to see what Sahasrara has until we get into the light world.
At this rate, it's either going to be Skull Woods or Thieves Town right now. Those are our only places in logic.
That is true, and only the chess game having that heart container, so yeah. So Chloe actually doing that arrow game, like I had mentioned before. He's got 20 rupees, 5 arrows. Let's do this.
Yeah, if there is one mode where you will see the archery game, this is it.
Now, some people will do the arrow game, the archery game, in regular play, but it's like it's few and far in between that really happens. It only happens when you're in a dire situation. You need something like a potion, and you're running out of health, and you have so much trouble with the Ganon fights.
Alright, Matt is about to gain that first sword, while Chloe is about to gain that fire rod.
Yep, Salty Fry having that sword. Matt will be following in his footsteps along with Frostbite. There's a fire rod for Chloe.
And, here... This scenario right here is one of the reasons why I always get nervous about inverted mode, no matter if I am a player or a commentator. We only have a sword to damage blind, and only 4 hearts.
Yeah, inverted is for the true experts of randomizer. It's pretty much like a Lost World situation, besides the fact that you don't start like at World 8 and go to World 1 or something like that.
If you're referring to lost levels, I think I'd rather play that than inverted mode.
That's what I mean, Lost Levels.
Also, our first hint tile doesn't give us much.
Chloe entering Munitions Cave.
Now, Cassidy and Moen, we're not saying that the sword is bad against blind, it's just... You know, we only have one option.
Oh, of course. And considering that with only 4 hearts, you gotta play this fight perfectly. You have green mail. Any form of damage can really screw with you.
Make that 5. We actually had a heart container in the attic.
Oh, actually, yeah. But again, it will still kind of screw with you. 5 hearts on blind is no joke. And on green mail too.
Indeed. So this is probably a good time to talk about damage tables. So every enemy and obstacle delivers different amounts of damage. Hazards like the fireballs typically always do 1 heart of damage. Contact damage with an enemy can typically be reduced by mails, or shields, or the tunic colors, basically. So if you're about to be hit, you want to be hit by blind's fireballs rather than blind or blind's heads.
Yeah, compared to that, fireballs only do 1 heart of damage, while blind and heads only do 2 on green mail. So you gotta be pretty careful with that. There is a key though.
That means we're leaving an item behind.
Yeah, that's the troubling thing. At the start of the game, you do not want to see that key.
But in this case, we do.
Chloe actually going up to the old man, he can't really do much. He can only enter the light world from the red portal, not the blue portal. But he'll only get an item from here, and that's it.
Well, we do get a save point, but that...
Yeah. 20 rupees on top. Yeah, 20 rupees on top of Spectacle Rock.
So we don't care about that. In the meantime, we have 2 fighters up against Blind. Excuse me, that's 1, and oh! Master Sword for rescuing the old man.
Oh, Chloe Power, that's pretty decent find, and Frostbite drawing first blood here, while Salty Fry is going to be following him shortly after, only around 10 minutes.
And already, chat is concerned that this may be an Aga-required seed. Alright, Chloe learning inside Spectacle Rock, just a piece of heart. But, note that sword that we got, that second one, is beyond Death Mountain, and we didn't really gain much of anything. Skull Woods is where our next piece of progression is going to be.
Exactly, because the only thing they can clear now is Mothula. Now that they have that Fire Rod and that sword, Frostbite actually picking up that Fire Rod now, while Matt is in the blind fight.
And Salty Fry is choosing to follow the breadcrumbs. Not a bad idea. As, oh, I was wondering if Chloe was thinking of, you know, just making a pit stop up there. Actually, now that I realize it, that's where Agate Tower is.
Yep, that is correct. Like I mentioned before, there is Ganis Tower and Agate Tower have swapped roles. You will, you know, in order to do the 7 crystals, you have to be in the light world and go up to where the Agate Tower would normally be. And if you want to do Agate Tower, Ganis Tower is just there for whatever reason.
Also, both of the items were Fire Rod locked in Skull Woods, so we're really gonna hope they're worth it.
Oh, of course, yeah. So Chloe, he had taken a death to the Lionels, but since it's kind of close by, he has a save point there. He doesn't really have to worry about it. Also, some of the terrain has also been altered to accommodate for the inverted nature of this mode.
Oh! Lionel sniped again.
Yeah, those Lionels will not give you any mercy. Oh, that's Hammer.
Alright, well, oh gosh, that means we possibly have to go back to Thieves Town.
Oh, that's a really weird progression there. So you had to clear. So you leave Thieves Town with only a item left. That's Hammerlock. You find out that once you get the Fire Rod and the sword, when you get the Fire Rod, you find out there's a hammer there, and now you gotta go all the way back into Thieves Town. What? Like, stop moving! Stop running around in circles, you guys. We want to keep the seed going, man.
Now that's just one possibility. The other places open to us in logic are Pyramid Ledge, Catfish, and maybe Palace of Darkness, depending. Right. Now if we can fake Flipper, maybe Ice Palace is possible, but I don't know if I'd want to go into Ice Palace with 5 hearts right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't really do it. I wouldn't really touch with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't even touch the inverted seed with a 10-foot pole. I'm not even like ready to do a inverted seed. Well, Salty Fry, who does want to submit to himself, I stand corrected. Salty Fry, taking a death in Mothula.
Mothula is one of the trickiest bosses, or excuse me, Mothula's arena is one of the trickiest bosses, I should say.
Yeah, I was gonna catch you on that. Mothula is just a joke in any other arena if you play the boss shoveled randomizer, but the only thing that's a challenge is the arena itself.
Frostbite is going for it right now.
We're having a little bit of trouble going through the back of Skull Woods, or Skull 3.
And Schrodin, yes, there is an item in the Thieves' Town big chest, and we just got the hammer for it in Skull Woods.
And there it goes. Frostbite takes down the big moth. And that's your that's your Lightwold access, I should say.
Yep, the Moon Pearl. So Aga 1 is dead. But in the meantime, I had missed entirely what Chloe got from Super Bunny. We have Ether for Turtle Rock. Oh, Chloe never went in Super Bunny yet, that's why.
Yeah, so Chloe's going to be shooting himself in the foot here if I just go into the Death Mountain play. Your Lightwold access is in Skull Wood.
Well, is Super Bunny worth it? 50 rupees. Piece of heart. Nope. Ah, the light! It burns! Good thing we have our SPF 5000 Moon Pearl.
At least we're not revved up like a Deuce, which is another runner in the night.
At least we're not vanquishing the night or the daylight here, so... Ooh, Salty Fry taking another death. Matt is now going for the Mothula fight. Chloe catching up.
Fight in Mini Moldorm Cave while Matt is actually doing this. He's actually waiting for the Wallmaster to drop down just so that he doesn't grab the. Oh, that's the bow in Mini Moldorm Cave and the cave and Ether too. So there's Turtle Rock access.
Ah, guess that's a nice care package. And Eastern and Desert are our remaining pendants.
Whew, this is quite an interesting start to the seed. Matt getting his care package, his Lightworld care package. Silver arrows in the dam.
And Salty is hoping that Pod will give us something in that first chest, not knowing that the bow is in the other world here.
Well, Salty Fry opens up Pod, while Frostbite having a pretty substantial advantage here. Now that since he's the first one to clear he was the first one to clear Skull Wood, and getting that care package, finding getting some pretty good stroke of luck here. Also getting that bow and silver arrows later on. And yeah, here's another example of the world being different. Typically, that ladder would not be there for that Bombos tablet, but in this game, it is there.
Also, with that bug net in the first chest of Pod, we do need that bow.
And unfortunately, we never found a bottle, so he can't do torch glitch. Or not torch glitch, the bottle glitch, the potion glitch.
However, there is another thing Salty Fry could do. Are we going to see a mimic clip?
He's heading down that way. He's also going to grab that hint. An unique item is with the magic badge, so we're going to probably... magic powder might be needed.
Maybe. It's going to depend on what that unique item is. There are 2 unique items that we could honestly not care about. They are the 100 rupee prize and the single arrow, which there are a couple of others who think that is the most valuable. Probably depends on what community you're in.
Well, I typically like the single arrow, not because it's a troll item. Yeah, it's meant to be a troll item, but it's just a way of me saying, okay, that's one unique item removed from the pool.
Alright, Matt has chosen to go to the Kakariko well instead. We're finding money, which, we are going to need some.
There's a green bottle and a can of Burna.
Alright, we can actually complete most of Kakariko there.
Frostbite entering Cave 45 through a now leveled Cave 45. Because the reason why it's that because of the considerations that when you have the mirror, you actually go to the dark world instead of the light world because of the way it's inverted. So all the locations that normally would be you need to mirror from the dark world into the light world, they're now easily accessible from the light world if you get to light world access.
And wow, Blind's Hut has another bottle, Bombos, and the Cane of Somaria here.
Nice pickup from Matt.
And I had just missed what was in that library while I was typing those down.
It's just looks like it's 20 rupees.
Not important then.
Oh yeah, of course. Grab that Master Sword. And here's something you only see in inverted: a bunny sprite in the light world.
Yeah, without that Moon Pearl, we're kinda... You know, it just looks strange. I know it's a real thing with this mode, but I am still not used to it.
Yeah, it's a little deja vu there. I've been only giving out a heart piece.
And Chloe manages to take out Mothula. Oh, the flute is with a great fairy. That can either be Waterfall of the Wishing or Pyramid of Power.
My bet is on the Waterfall Fairy, just so that it's just considering that it is available to them just through fake flippering. Although go ahead.
Nah, race game didn't have anything important. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, so considering that this is inverted, it's quite of an out of the way check considering for Frostbite. Since he's already in Kakariko, he needs to do quite a huge trek to get back to just to get over to the area where you need to typically fake flipper and do your water checks.
Yeah. Also, just to clarify, because there is some discussion regarding the flute, since Misery Mire is a crystal, a pyramid crystal at that, we still need the ability to flute to that area. So, flute is required today. And in this case, we know it has to be Waterfall of the Wishing. So, we're either gonna need flippers, or we're just gonna fake it. And I'm suspecting our runners are going to fake flipper up there.
Yeah, the logic here is that the logic assumes that since the flute is all the way over, you need the flute to get a Misery Mire, and since the Mire...
Right. I forget that mirror works inverted as well. Ah!
Right.
Thank you, Number Play. I forgot about that detail.
Yeah, so... If it was the case, normally if it wasn't inverted, then it would obviously be... It would have to be the Waterfall Fairy, because you can't just flute from Mire, flute from just... You can't only... Yeah. Since the Mire Crystal for its 5-6 is over in just Mire, the logic assumes that it's over in that Waterfall Fairy, so there you go.
I still want flute at Waterfall of the Wishing, though. It would make things a lot easier.
Yeah, if it wasn't, then it would have to, since you can of course mirror from Mire, as we had the Revel of Discovery there, 300 rupees on the Lumberjack Cave.
Alright, Aga is officially dead. Also, question from chat, the 2 swords we found so far, rescuing the old man and second chest Thieves Town.
Matt doing the Ice Rod Cave and only getting a heart container from it.
Whereas Frostbite is going to walk up Graveyard Ledge.
Again, since a lot of the mirror checks in the Dark World, since we started in the Dark World, that bridge is here in inverted, just so that it can go, just mitigate that. Oh, we start in the Dark World, and we have to get to the Light World. So yeah, here's some access. Frostbite in the back of Escape.
While Matt is fake flippering over to the Bird Lover.
There was only a heart piece also on Lake Hylia, so there's that.
Alright, 2 items were found in back of Escape. Bird Lover is a bomb lover today, don't know why.
Change of heart, maybe?
And seriously, that's our 4th bottle within 30 minutes.
Safety ahoy! Salty Fry gets his care package.
And Matt is heading towards Eastern. Now, while Eastern is a pendant, I mean, we have everything we need to clear it. Okay, we're missing the lantern, but our runners don't care about easy dark rooms and logic and stuff like that. Oh!
Speaking of the lamp. Speaking of the lamp, Sahasrara has our lamp.
When will I ever learn?
I mean, your actions do have consequences. Something like that. I think that's how it goes.
Just get us to Eastern, Matt. And Frostbite can now finish off Pod thanks to, well, we know where the lantern is, but Frostbite may not need it. Oh wait, Matt is not going to Eastern yet, instead choosing to go to Hyrule Castle. And Uncle. Not
Makes
a bad
sense.
play.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Wow,
Alright,
Salty
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Vanilla Sword!
Oh, man. Alright, Salty Fry, pay attention to the top right corner of the screen. Will this be our flute? It's likely, but if it's not, then it's going to be over the Pyramid Fairy. Yep, there's that flute.
And I assure you, Number Play, this seed is swords randomized. I would have been yelled at if it wasn't.
Also, Salty Fry has a water walk going on. Well, being me, he already had the water walk going, so just going there originally, just resetting his position to at least check. But yeah.
Alright, front of escape for Matt. Ah, there's our tunic upgrade.
This will help them when they go back home to the Dark World.
Yeah, enemy health is still the same as it is based off of their initial world, so getting to the light world and then finding your tunic upgrades, it makes things a lot easier. And thanks to that map, Dark Cross has an item.
Matt going over to Zelda's chest now after he clears his guard.
Oh, wants to do a death warp, but thanks to that recently acquired mail, yeah, that's gonna take a bit of time.
Yeah, but it's a lot of things. You really don't want to see that blue mail up. You really want to set the blue mail. Bleh. You want to set the death warp.
And there's the red! Oh, man. What is this seed?
I am at a loss for words.
Professor.
I am legit at a loss for words. So first of all, we have a recursion thing going on with our Dark World access, which leads to our hammer. We left an item in East Town, and instead of just breaking from the supposed recursion to get a huge care package over in Mini Moldorm, we also found a sword over on the mountain where we get the old man, and we also found out that this is secretly an Uncle Assured seed, even though it's supposed to be a randomized swords. This happens.
Frostbite with the 1-to-1 key, based off of how the item progression has been. I'll be honest, I suspected it was either that one or Big Key Chest was 1-to-1.
So Frostbite set up for the hammer. Yep, this is just a pretty tight pixel setup here. It's hard for me to explain it, but stumbling over my words. Gets a red boomerang out of it.
And we're actually down to one item left in Pod. Also, I have completely missed what was found in Eastern so far because I think we were so captivated by everything else.
Of course, yeah. It's hard to see. It's hard not to miss Max just setting up for the death warp, only to find as a freaking mail upgrade in Zelda's chest.
Trust us, folks, this is not how an inverted seed normally goes. Also, we have all of our items from Pod, so let's just clear it out.
Yeah, he's able to clear it. He doesn't have I mean, he doesn't have a lamp, but that won't stop Frostbite at all.
Alright, Chloe believes there's an item inside the Eastern Palace Big Key Chest. If I counted right, there is at least one item remaining. Oh, using the cape to dodge. Not a bad idea.
Hey, it works. It's better than just dodge rolling in Gungeon. At least my experience with dodge rolling in Gungeon.
Dodge rolling isn't bad until you are forced to stop rolling for those few frames. Also, Salty Fry has activated their flute. Alright, do not adjust your set. Frostbite is in Dark Room territory. we are in the Turtle Arena, where, are we seeing ether being cast? I mean, not seeing it, yep. There you go, apparently turtles hate ether.
Hey, it works out. Chloe entering the Armos fight.
And with silver arrows, easy peasy, heart container, get.
And Frostbite, on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have the Homosar King fight.
Now, for frame of reference, I don't know if the turtles were flipped before ether was cast, but it is, it is something that we're going to have to test out.
I'll do some experimenting after the stream, so...
Alright, Frostbite takes down the Helmassar King. We know there's no item on the King. I mean, not unless you want to count the compass.
Right. I mean, typically you don't count dungeon items anyway, so... yeah. Of course, I say that and I might just go back after the stream and do more hover practice, because I have been a huge crunch to learn that.
Better you than me, Professor. Better you than me.
I mean, I'm not as good as Andy, but like I managed to get like 37.
Which means next time you run into Patty, he's gonna call you a cheater. Don't worry. Now Frostbite heading to the Light World. I don't recall seeing anything important in Eastern Palace, unless you count that heart container.
As far as I can tell, no. If you count the entire eastern area, we know that Sahasrara has the lamp.
That's the only thing of worth in this area today. And it looks like Frostbite will at least pick up additional light. So regarding the next logical plays, I don't recall if we saw the item on the Pyramid Ledge. We can go back for that final item in Thieves Town. With the activated flute, we can actually flute over to the Misery Mire area, check it out, maybe even... Actually, we can't even enter Misery Mire, but it would be good to gain knowledge of the medallion.
Yeah, and by the way, since, yes, you are seeing a flute in the Dark World, typically that you can't do that, but, since it's inverted, you can.
And yes, Catfish is also available. Spike Cave is now an option. And technically, we can access a few chests in Turtle Rock as well.
Yeah, but at the moment, all the runners are just crossing over each other's footsteps.
So this is a good time to make sure that you follow all of our runners, because they're the ones putting in the actual work. Matt7898, Salty Fry, Chloe Prower, and Frostbite 3030. Don't forget about my commentary partner, Professor Renderer, along with our trackers Number Play and Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna.
And by the way, I'm not as comedic on my streams as here. I'm not considered a funny man. I'm more of a straight man, not a funny man.
And don't worry, I'll be the, dumb, funny person around here. After all, I'm Lampa. Go ahead.
Think of us as Manzai.
I don't know, you haven't had the urge to slap me yet, have you?
Don't I hear him?
Fair enough. Matt taking on the Helmassar King. I want to say it's 17 hammer strikes. It's either 17 or 20. I always forget the exact number.
So I'm confirming it's 17.
Thank you. So yeah, Matt is now done with Pod. Salty Fry and Chloe are trying to catch up there. Frostbite wants to make sure that Eastern is covered, but hey, we'll get another heart container for the show, so, you know, even more safeties than ever before.
Oh, yep, definitely. Chloe picked up that red boomerang.
Oh, well, actually, wait, that may have been an intentional death on Chloe's part. However, if Chloe wants to finish Pod, we're still gonna need another small key.
Alright, as I'm looking at the trackers at the moment, only thing we need as far as go mode is the hookshot, flippers, whatever medallion is required for Meyer, and an ice rod.
Yep, so that is 3/4 items away. Pyramid Ledge does not have what we need. Now, based off of Matt's position, we are probably going to see Catfish now.
Yep, since he already went over to, since he already cleared Pod, he might as well just go over to the Pyramid Ledge and also do Catfish.
Now, this is a little out of the way, so hopefully, Catfish will be kind today.
Oh, and we also need a mirror too for Swamp. Or wait, no, you don't even need that because it's inverted.
We do need the mirror still.
Okay, yeah. Alright, I just want to make sure I have a sanity check. Nothing here on Catfish, 20 rupees.
Alright, so our logical checks are now down to Thieves Town, Big Chest, Misery Mire, Dig Spot, Spike Cave. King Zora is logically available, and some chests in Turtle Rock are available. So which ones do you go for first? Looks like Frostbite is thinking Dig Spot.
Trying to figure this out myself. I'd say Turtle Rock would be an option if it wasn't out of the way. Oh, there's a hookshot over on Frostbite's side over the dig spot.
Okay, now we go up Death Mountain.
Yeah, at this point, there's no excuse to not go up Death Mountain. And for Frostbite, this will be his first excursion up the mountain, so he will be getting a Master Sword here.
And who even knows what's on that pedestal right now? It's just taunting our runners. Can't even check it right now without the book.
Yeah, although Holy Power is only just appended away to actually doing a blind check, but since we don't have a Titans, which is also required for go mode, yeah, we need to. There's gotta be, like, if he really wants to go for Panda Dungeons and check that pad or blind pull it, then yeah.
Yeah, it's either book or... Yeah, I think it's mainly book right now, actually.
Yeah, so the only thing to consider too is that, as Star Wars points out in correcting me, you don't really need a Titans just to get over to you don't even need the Titans at all. Since you're right here, you might as well just like open it up here. The only thing that's keeping us out of this one is that book.
Matt has learned the value, kind of back of escape, while Frostbite is now about to receive a new power. Power up!
Now I'm thinking about that one video about that one FMV game where just constantly spamming power just in the voice line.
Unfortunately, no. I'm not recalling it.
Yeah, whatever. No, Scruff, it's not super hot.
We're just referencing all the games today. Alright, time for Paradox Cave.
With shield. Also, probably actually going to be doing Meyer to check what is required for that, and it's also Ether, so we're good in terms of medallion.
And there's our final sword in Paradox.
And he's now just a sword away from being split into 4 different Plague Knights. Or wait, that's the wrong game.
Wait, you did say that there was a hint that said we needed Ether for Misery Mire? Or did I mishear you from earlier?
It slipped my mind, unfortunately, but...
Okay, I see it on the tracker. It's Ether. Also, hey, Salty Fry, you're in ice already. And, wow, Western Wing of Swamp Palace can be completely ignored. Thank you.
Oh, there's that powder.
Powder and Mimic Cave.
So that allows us to check the unique item on the Magic Bat.
And, oh, Chloe is actually going back into... Oh, wait, this is Chloe's first time in Thieves Town. So what was left in that big chest?
Well, Chloe's gonna find out now, as he's now actually doing Thieves Town.
First chest in Ice Palace was the big key, so... we can at least access the big chest.
20 rupees, so... both Frostbite, Salty, and Matt have dodged the bullet here, as Frostbite goes into Tower of Hera.
And there's our other single green rupee. And... oh, the boots are one of the 3 items in Ice Palace, as we already saw the other hint. We don't need the hint that Frostbite just saw.
Oh,
unless...
dear.
Chat, clarifying question. I know the hint about, unique item requires the green pendant refers to Sahasrara. Can it also refer to the pedestal?
My belief is that it doesn't. Just... yeah, it doesn't. The only thing the only one that it can be is if it was referring to the pedestal. If it said requires 3 pendants.
Did I just see that hint tile that said the big key and a small key are on West Side Misery Mire?
Yes, that was it.
And chat's already calling vanilla. And that was an ice rod in the freezer room.
Oh, hey. What are the odds?
I can tell you they're not very nice.
Oh yeah, it's an ice palace for crying out loud.
My attempt at a joke needed a chill apparently.
Okay, I'll have to stop you right there. Anyway, Frostbite got his am I counting right? Fourth crystal. Oh, yeah, it was third crystal. What am I saying?
It is... Yeah, that's third. Also, it looks like Cold Stare has our boots today.
So Matt looks like he's going to the Turtle Rock. I mean, it makes sense. It is one of the bigger the denser locations that he can only do at the moment.
And unique item in Blind's Hut, we've already covered that.
Yeah. VTorp, fix your hints.
You know, V31 is in active development right now.
Oh, so... yeah.
And I have heard that, we may see some difficulty changes coming.
Oh yeah, hopefully one of those changes includes a logical hint system, like, come on. Sure, I'm gonna be overpowered, but still.
We'll see if we end up getting that, as Salty Fry now has the boots and can go fast.
He's got boost power.
Professor, I think we are both bad at our joke game.
Like I said, I'm not a funny man.
It's fine, it's fine. Alright, first item in Turtle Rock is 300 rupees. And looks like Frostbite doesn't want to deal with flippers, but we know we're still gonna need them in order to enter Swamp Palace, so... And would you look at that? Salty Fry wants to finish up Misery Mire right now, has the tools to do so. Let's do it.
Leaving the bird behind, but whatever. He's dead set on doing Misery Mire, so that's the important thing. Who needs a bird toss anyway?
That depends on who you speak to.
Yeah. Anyway, Frostbite getting his flute.
Alright, we know where the big key is. So it's also a matter of where are the 2 items.
I mean, it's already clear that it's not over here. It's not a Godmire, so has to be something in there. There's only a map in that one chest, but Salty's gonna go over to that bridge now.
And the lava chest in Turtle Rock only had a compass. And Matt is taking an intentional... Actually, this may be... I mean, that wasn't intentional death. I'm just trying to figure out the reason for it. Oh.
He thinks it's probably he probably thinks that at this point, yeah, it's as Number Plate points out, it's mirror locked.
I forgot about how all of these, multiple entrances can work. Right, because Matt never got the big key from there.
Well, they're probably having a little bit of a change of heart. It looks like he actually, well, I think it's because he never got any magic to get that first chest. So there's that. Perhaps by activating its flute. Yep, it's gonna be vanilla.
And Spiky Cave with just a heart container.
Yeah.
But note where Frostbite is. They remember that there is something on the magic bat.
We'll see if it pays off. We know it's a unique item, but what unique item is it?
Na 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 flippers!
Okay.
Alright, so at least we have Ice Palace back in logic, and for those asking about the hook shot, pay attention to Matt's screen right now.
Yep, it's right over on that dig spot. Kind of a really rough position for that hook shot.
And now we get to see, at least this is my first time seeing Meyer Shed.
It had not been in there to begin with, so...
So, yeah, chat is right. I think we are just one magic mirror away from being able to finish this seed and enter go mode.
Now I'm more keen to say it's gonna be in Swamp Palace, although Turtle Rock is also a pretty logical reason, pretty fancy location to check that, because for Salty Fry at least, he can't clear it.
No one can clear Turtle Rock. The problem is the big key is on the laser bridge side, which means we need the mirror to access it.
Oh, right. I completely blanked on that. So my option, so I would say it's probably going to be in Swamp Palace. It's the next best thing to.
It can't be in Swamp because we have to be able to.
I don't know where my thinking's going. So.
Maybe, I think both of our brains have become inverted.
Yeah, inverted really messes with your brain, so... One says Ped, one says Vitreous.
One says Zora. Now, for frame of reference, chat, the remaining locations... Hookshot Cave, Spiral Cave, Bonkrux, Meyer, and Zora.
Solely for the item density, I would go Hookshot Cave.
And we do not have King's Tomb, actually. We need the Titansmiths for that one.
Yeah, and since typically Inveru never requires the Titansmiths, it would have to be in this game mode. It's just going to be required for only one location, and that's the aforementioned King's Tomb. Also, have other locations, but as Pekin's Tomb is on my mind, deal with it.
You know what, I'm just gonna see if this command works, because it would explain... Nope, it does not. Okay. Inverted, you start in the dark world, and you eventually find the portals to warp you to the light. So any spot where you normally have to mirror from light to dark, there are other ways to get there now.
Yep, well, Salty Fry has cleared Vitreous and has got 20 rupees, so at this point in the game, since we know that Vitreous did not have progression, again, I'd say go for Hookshot Cave, just for solely on item density.
Yeah, Star Wars, we do need Titan's Mitts for King's Tomb. That's the only reason we would need Titan's Mitts, to my knowledge.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. I could have, as far as my knowledge is concerned, it's also it's the same thing. I don't know if it actually there's other locations inverted that also is locked behind the Titan's Mitts.
Alright, so just to I need to clarify something for chat, because there's confusion regarding Turtle Rock and how it can't have the mirror. Basically, there are multiple entrances to Turtle Rock we can take because it is inverted, but the front entrance, the vanilla entrance, we did not find a big key by lava chest, and so it has to be at the other end.
And we can't get to the other. Now, there's a book glory. So
that's desert access.
He can also read the pad. And there's a mirror.
Never mind. I think that's go mode.
Yep, that is go mode at 1 hour.
Wait. It's technically no mode. Chloe doesn't have Ice Rod yet.
Right, yeah. No mode at 1 hour, 1 minute, 33 seconds. So Ped's dead.
However, Salty Fry is about to have no mode for them as well. Doesn't have the hook shot. But yeah, effectively, we have the answers to all of our seed issues right now. Professor? I saw your messages in chat, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm just taking the quotes from my favorite bird, Scottish bird thing that makes movies.
Ah. There are so many references I need to catch up on. Well, we know there's nothing important here, but, Spiral Cave, Matt is checking out Spiral Cave. What's it got? Some type of stuff. Hopefully, it's good enough. Look out! Matt is in Spiral Cave. Look out! Big 20 in Spiral Cave.
Yay! It's not progression, so you can actually fully sing it. Not like the last time we were commentating, it actually had progression there, or at least from Byron.
No, I still sang it. I just
Oh, of course, yeah, of course. Don't get me wrong, you still sing it.
It just had the surprise shock value at the end.
Of course, yeah, that's the shock value. Like, what? Spiral Cave actually has something? Anyway.
It's fine.
Anyway, so Frostbite clears Vitreous.
Now, hopefully Frostbite will follow the logic, and I'm suspecting, yep, we're gonna have an Ice Palace play here.
It makes sense for Frostbite to go there, don't get me wrong. Salty Fry, however, he has an advantage solely because he's in Turtle Rock, he's able to clear it, and once he goes over to that Hookshot Cave, he will be in Goma. Or no, actually, I take that back. He doesn't have the flippers. He needs to go over to Magic Bat. Just like Matt's gonna do.
Yeah, who would have thought the magic bat was actually useful today?
I mean, at this point in the game, at this point in the seed, the logic had pretty much assumed that flippers would it would have to be Magic Bat would be required, since that unique item did lead to something there, something at the time of the progression that led to the finding of that flute, or not flute, the flippers, the other item that starts with an F.
Also, unless I'm missing something on our runner's inventories, only Salty Fry has actually gone to see Dompe for the digging game. Or sorry, not that was for Fire Rod. Everyone has that. Yeah, Ice Rod is in Freezor Rumi. I misread my notes.
Yep. So, Chloe checking out that even tablet only getting the heart container.
And I just realized, most likely, only Matt is going to have any sort of tunic protection going up to Ganon's tower.
Yeah, he was the only one of the runners to have gone into the front of Escape. He has a tunic advantage. And for Matt, he's actually right on his tail. Well, missing a flute, but still. He's right on his tail towards Frostbite.
Kind of. Remember that Matt also has to go through Misery Mire.
Of course, yeah. But Salty Fry is actually grabbing his 2 males.
Well, good to know that there will be additional protection spread throughout.
I mean, Matt can't hog the red mail for so long. He's got to share.
Do we really want to have 2 people wearing the same tunic, especially since I don't know how laundry was done in Hyrule?
Yes. Yes. A resounding yes.
Fair enough, Professor. I'll take your word for it. Alright, Chloe's about to take on the ever-popular, for the viewers, Moldorm.
Yeah, for the runners, it's quite a nightmare. Just for that reason alone, he gets dropped down 2 floors just by hitting the center. It's gonna make that climb all the way back up.
And this is why runners don't like Moldorm.
For me, it's just a matter of just knowing that if he's facing down, I point my sword up and rinse and repeat. So, Frostbite getting that ice rod, he's just 2 items away, or just 8 items away.
Yeah, Frostbite just has to get up to Hookshot Cave. In the meantime, Salty Fry is finally going to get that lantern. Now, where is Chloe headed?
Chloe...
Oh, there's the laser bridge entrance.
Smart. Very smart use of the mirror there. starting with the heart container. 300. Looks like 100, 300. It's a triple-digit number. 10 arrows.
I think it was 100 there.
Yeah, I was right. So taking the knockdown. It's all right though.
Oh, and laser to the face.
Boom. Headshots. And there's that all-important key.
Wrong key. Our big key today is in the single roller room.
Good boy.
And, oh, sorry, crystal roller room. There are many names.
There's too many names to count. Yep, Frostbite is making that play up towards Death Mountain.
And there we have it, the big key. We're not even gonna bother with the big chest. Or are we? Where is Chloe going now?
I don't know.
Oh,
Well,
right, Chloe doesn't have ice rods, so is going to check the big chest.
Yeah, it makes sense. But Frostbite, it'll be all for naught because Frostbite is going to be entering go mode at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 58 seconds.
Looks like 59 on my end, but it was very close.
It's pretty close. It pretty much just like 1:11:59 like in 0 milliseconds, I would say.
Alright, Chloe is now, thanks to that bomb jump, able to hopefully check out that big chest soon, while Matt is about to get that mirror. Alright, Chloe's gonna do Mimic K first. Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this play. Him, at least. Frostbite also jumping down into Laser Bridge.
Meantime, Salty Fry is hoping that the Armos Knights have something of importance. Not really. And alright, Trinex does not have an item today.
Correct. Frostbite actually going to be taking that laser to the face so that he can recover his health. Not a bad idea to do that because Trinex hits like a truck, especially if you're on Green Mail. This is essentially just NMG if you're NMG with a whole bunch of items you don't really see in NMG. Well, of course it's gonna get that big key, but still.
Every little bit helps. Speaking of every little bit, we're gonna need all the magic in the world if we want to be sure that Trinex doesn't give us grief here.
Oh, no kidding. Matt's actually going to Swamp Palace. Unfortunately for Matt, this is a go mode Swamp Palace, so he's gonna be missing out a little bit, I would say.
Missing out on what?
Well, the flute. He needs to get that flute.
Technically it's not a It is a need. Well, technically, no, it's not. We can walk to desert and mirror that way, so flute is not necessary.
Okay, so for Matt, this is actually a book go mode, since considering the inverted. Again, I'm not familiar with inverted. I'm more of a standard open commentator, and maybe some cross keys, but.
This just takes some getting used to. Don't feel too bad.
Oh yeah, of course. It's pretty much the experts Link to the Past randomizer inverted. Minus the fact, but even though we're not on expert difficulty or insane difficulty. Thank the heavens for that.
I don't know of anyone that runs insane.
Unless you're Andy.
Chloe is checking out Bombos. We know we don't need it.
$50. Also picking up the mushroom in Swamp Palace.
Ooh, and the waterfall chest. However, Frostbite is one dungeon away from being able to go up Hyrule Castle Ganon Tower, or whatever the name is supposed to be.
Yeah, so we'll just refer to as, I guess, refer to the secret base that is actually the secret Ganon's Tower base inside Hyrule Castle or something like that.
Chad, if you have better names than what we came up with, please provide.
Thank you. Yeah, you be careful about your patronage. I don't know.
And oh, did Arcus give us half magic in the end?
It looks like it. Half magic for Matt. And soon Frostbite. Koi entering Desert Palace. Actually, he's very convinced that there might be something on the pad.
Oh boy. I mean, we know there's not going to be, but oh, Chloe.
Best thing it could possibly be is a single arrow. Just if it's a single arrow, I'll just be floored.
Alright, that's one item in desert. Flying Tilt, the flippers were on the magic bat. There was a hint that talked about getting, a unique item from it, but, not everyone followed that.
Yeah, Chloe is not only missing the flute, but is also missing that flippers.
Powder.
The powder, yeah, the powder which leads to the flippers.
And the powder was on Mimic Cave.
Generally, this hint would not be needed because it's an obvious hint that the bell was in Mini Moldorm Cave. Well, since you don't ever have to step into it if you have figured out the logic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I misread the tracker data. Apparently, Chloe does have magic powder.
It could. That's interesting. Trackers are doing their best to update. They're still doing a good job though.
Oh, agreed there. I mean, I've had my own misclicks before, so I get it. Alright, that's an intentional death on Chloe's side. May as well recharge our health.
Frostbite is going to clear up the final dungeon for him, which is that Argus Flight, which contains that half magic. So for Chloe, he needs to head over to the magic bat. I don't know if he had gotten the hint that led to the unique item. If he had, then he would have had the flute a while back. Frostbite freezing Argus to a final halt as he gets that half magic, and well, time to play a game.
Yes, we are going to go into Ganon's secret base in Hyrule Castle, where there are 22 items in the basement. One of those 22 has the big key that we need to go farther up, or is it down? I don't know how these secret bases work. Point is, we need that big key, put in a number between 1 and 22, integers only, inclusive range, and I don't know what the winner's gonna get today. You'll have to give me a bit.
Yep, in one of the 22 locations, it could either be in the Dark Magician room, it could be in the Hope room, and it could be over in the Compass room, the Random room. If you're masochistic enough, it could even be in the Tile room. But my guess will always remain the same. It will always be 11. I've always also chose Rando room as the exact room, assuming they go left side first, then right, which would be the top. Well, no, the right side in the Hope room, then towards the left. And they don't do Dark Magician strats, which would lead up to the top right corner of that of Random room.
My normal number whenever I play, is typically 10. So yeah, no special fanfare. We just go straight in. Guessing ceases. Chest. Yep.
Arrows.
Bob lives.
Hey. Looks like it's a cutscene skip for number play. It looks like. Number play is calling off our cutscene skip.
Oh, Frostbite bonked on the door and was able to skip the 7 crystal cutscene. That's what it was.
Interesting. And there's the big key at number 5.
5? That was early. Okay, 5.
Closest number is Gorago, number 4. From what I can see, it is a close number. That is Gorago with 4.
It's Go Argo.
Go Argo with 4, yeah.
In this case, I'm just going to, stick to a shout-out prize. Go Argo! Shout-out! There is your prize.
My hunch was Coldstare Creamery, but yellow coupon for Coldstare Creamery along with your shout out, so there you go.
Alright, Tranix goes down for Salty Fry. Matt is about to get... Actually, yep, Matt is about to learn about the evil Big Key location. Chloe is exploring Mire. And Frostbite is now in the Gauntlet proper. Oh gosh, chat, thank you for giving us chuckles. Alright, Frostbite, dealing with land mode 2. No 1 cycle today, but... we will not argue with a 2.
Yep, it's a 2 is good enough in its own right. We know I have a little trouble with silver arrows. I just tend to blast them with the wire rod, but here comes the most satisfying room of the game. Where's the other satisfying room in the game?
I still struggle with achieving satisfaction in that conveyor belt room.
Me too, which is unfortunate.
Salty, hoping to receive... Oh, well, right. The powder was there. We do need the powder for the flippers, so that is the logical play. Chloe with the big key to Meyer. Matt with his 7th crystal.
He's joining up Frostbite in the tower, although he will have a quite shorter time compared to Frostbite, because he's in Turtle Rock. Actually, wait, no, wait, this isn't open. What am I talking about?
Inverted.
It inverts all of our brains.
I mean, I had my notes inverted at the start of this broadcast.
I mean, keeping notes on inverted is the good way to go. And stealing the Moldorm treasure is a heart. Wait a minute. Moldorm never saw that coming.
Moldorm never sees it coming because Moldorm's dead by that point.
No, Frostbite's a phantom thief. Roll with it.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize we had Joker with us.
I mean, he's got a... Frostbite... Plague Knight has a mask. Joker has a mask. Roll with it.
Well, sorry for not realizing that we needed to go beneath the mask here.
Anyway, Frostbite clears that too.
There, I finally got a joke in there. Alright, that masquerade with Eka 2 is done. Let's have the real showdown here. But first, what are Ganon's words of wisdom for today? Oh, the land slugs. I don't care about that one.
Alright, time for distraction. Oh wait, that's not... This is Wind Waker. I made a four swords joke already. They're both featuring Toon Link, so... Yeah.
I didn't realize you were now borrowing my own material.
I mean, I made the Four Swords joke. Both Wind Waker and Four Swords have Toon Link, so I have to do something.
Okay. I am trademarking the 4 phases of Wind Waker Ganon next time.
Yeah, that's more like it. I'm not a filthy thief. Oh. Anyway, after that little banter, Frostbite suddenly gets himself into Phase 3 without even realizing it.
And now Phase 4, where, like other Phantom Thieves, we are about to deal with darkness. But never mind, we've just cast light.
I mean, he's not in despair, he's the ultimate hope.
And with that, we have dealt with all of the robbing from the rich and giving it to the poor, as Frostbite is about to cross the Bridge of Destiny and secure first place. This show's over with an official SRL time of 1 hour 29 minutes 10 seconds.
First of the restream, and it's good enough for first place overall. Oh, what have I done?
Don't feel too bad, Professor. Oh no, look at Chloe. actually going to open the Pyramid of Power. So, what did we miss out on? We missed out on bums and 50 rupees.
And one plus is Frostbite 3030.
Yo, how's it going, everyone? That went pretty well, I feel.
Oh, definitely. A sub 130 is really good for a inverted seed.
Yeah, inverted, like, we grinded out a bunch of inverted seeds when it came out, and, you can get some pretty quick times out there. I feel like, you know, I'm always worried when, like, Salty Fry and Matt and some of these other runners, Shearer in the race, you know, you never figure... I didn't quite god route it, you know what I mean? I cleared out Eastern, but I didn't die to Mothula, which was really big, I feel. Basically I didn't really make any routing mistakes other than that. I got the hook shot pretty quickly, and I just followed that to where I needed to go.
Yeah, this was a wonderful example of following the breadcrumbs, and you just took it well.
Yeah, I was really... I mean, the hint about the boots was comical. And then when I ran into the Ice Rod in Ice Palace, I figured I'm either going to go on Death Mountain, the mirror's going to be sitting here, or I'm going to go in the front and turn a rock and I'm going to find the mirror, and that'll be go mode. And I was right, it was just a hookshot cave. I'm glad I didn't go back up there before then. Death Mountain's a bit of a nightmare in inverted. Like, I got really lucky. I just happened to go into, what's that cave called? Mimic Cave, where the powder was?
Yes.
Yeah, I just happened to go in there, and then once I got that, I was like, okay, this is going to be something. There was a hint about it. I'm going to believe in hints. So I just followed that. It gave me the flippers. So I figured, let's just do Ice Palace and Mire and get these out of the way. And yeah, it was I don't know, it was a really fun seed. It was really mean at the start though. Like, if you were, I'm not sure sort of what sort of scraps you could have dug up if you had died to Mothula there, because I never had to figure it out, but I was going to if I didn't successfully win my first fight, because I just picked up that hammer, so at least pod area was open, and it was easy to sequence break up the mountain at that point for Super Bunny Cave, and I mean, frankly, even Dark Aga with the Fire Rod can be, it's really not that hard. And if you get stuck in like a Mothula loop where you got 5 hearts and you just keep dying, because basically you have to hard reset. You have to set up like a save and then hard reset every time, because it just takes so long to get your darn magic back. If you run into like a scenario that I'm sure, I mean, it's not a big race and most of these runners are pretty dead good, but you could have run into a situation where you're just grinding that moth fight over and over again, and getting the magic is so complicated. But no, it went really well. I felt really happy with my play. I didn't die once, and I picked good route.
Yeah, and I know you don't really care about this, but both male upgrades were in the front of Escape. One in the first chest, the map chest, and then one in Zola's chest.
That's kind of funny. I was gonna go there. My plan was, okay, I'm gonna go. I like basically the only thing I got from Eastern Palace and Pod area was the shovel. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get this shovel turned in, and then I'm gonna go do the front of Escape. And then the shovel gave me the hook shot, and I was like, okay, there's no way I'm going up to the front of Escape now. The hook shot is what I'm looking for. It is the answer to the rest of the seed. And yeah, it was. I never went to Escape. Both male upgrades. I'll be honest, I thought about going and buying another blue potion on my way to Ganon's Tower, but I figured I got the powder. I of course I got half magic off of someone like Trinex or something like that, so I was like, I'm probably not gonna die, so let's just go for it. It went pretty well. I got great RNG in a couple of the the rooms in the tower. In Ganon's tower, but no, it went really well.
Yep.
In the meantime, we had a second place finisher with a time of 1:33:56, and I will let the owner of that time reveal themselves.
Hey guys. How's it
Hi,
going?
Matt.
Hey, nice time, Frostbite.
Thanks, buddy.
Sick.
GG, Matt.
GG.
I think the difference was you probably went to the front of Escape.
I went from Escape. I also double dipped Turtle Rock.
Oh, okay,
That
yeah.
might be. I don't know. I don't know what you did.
Yeah, obviously you weren't watching. No, I routed it really well. I got go mode mirror and hook shot cave before I ever went into Turtle Rock. So
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's yeah. That's pretty sick.
yeah, it was nice. But that Moon Pearl was the best. I think it was. I wasn't expecting it. I just found the hammer. I was like, all right, gotta go pick up my Moon Pearl and pod. Now I'll give this moth fight one try. What can go wrong? I won. Moon Pearl drops. I was like, oh, okay, this is good.
Yeah. That made me happy that in the fall tournament I had to do swordless inverted every seed and group stage. That's probably the only reason why I was able to do that.
Nice.
So, there was an unfortunate bit of comedic timing that had taken place, by the way, Frostbite. As your credits were rolling, Chloe was pulling the pedestal.
And it actually revealed what the pet was, and it was the shield.
Nice.
So,
I mean-
how nervous were either of you in thinking, oh gosh, we may have to pull the ped?
I wasn't ever really that nervous because I had so many checks left in Dark Death Mountain. I figured all I need is the mirror, and it's either going to be. I mean, once I found the ice rod, and I only needed the mirror, I figured I was going to find it. And I mean, sure, I found the book before I found the mirror, but I wasn't going to the desert at that point.
Yeah. I never really thought pedestal was. I got the book late. I never went to Eastern Palace. I think pedestal's pretty rare and inverted. So
Yeah.
I wasn't too worried about it.
Yeah, Eastern Palace is kind of the only thing I regret in the seed, but it's Eastern. It's the most faithful thing. But there's a couple things. The flippers were rude as well. If you didn't get that, there's sort of I feel like there's a 50-50 choice you have to make. Are you gonna pick Spiral Cave? Or are you gonna pick Mimic Cave? Because I'm not gonna do both of them in my trip up to Death Mountain, and I just picked Mimic Cave, and it was the right one. That could have gone wrong. You always get lucky when you route well and have a lot of green stuff left on your tracker.
Yeah, between that and the moth fight, I'm surprised there were no forfeits in this race. As soon as I got that Moon Pearl, I was expecting to see 5 forfeits.
Same. I was just trying to think, because as I was sort of going back to Moth, I was mentally calculating what I had available, and it was quite a bit, not knowing that the silly bug net was going to be in the first net pod, and I don't think there was really anything else. Maybe in Super Bunny Cave, I never actually went into there. To get a heart or two to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, I opened it up when I found go mode, saw nobody was done, which I obviously wasn't really surprised by that, and was sort of surprised that no one had forfeited as well.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, Frostbite. I thought I was gonna win this seed.
Oh man, I got you. You had
every
me
time. Every
no,
time.
No, that's not true. I had you for a good streak there, but you've got me the last couple times.
I suppose. Yeah, there was a good long streak there where Frostbite finished one spot ahead of me in every single race for a week and a half. You just gotta keep coming first. I'll take second every time.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I was. This was a fun race, man. I love inverted, man. I feel like I have an advantage because I grind a lot of inverted when those tournaments are out, and I don't I don't tend to get lost, if you know what I mean, like some other people do. But not like this race is pretty. It's a small numbers, but everyone's a good runner in it, so maybe that goes with none of the forfeits as well.
Yeah, true. Strong, really strong field.
If I may interject, Salty Fry has finished in 3rd place on the restream and 3rd place overall with an official SRL time of 1:39:28. And speaking of Salty Fry, there he is.
Oh, GG, Fry.
Thanks, GG guys.
GG, man.
That was kind of crazy for me. It was kind of up and down. I mean, I died a couple times to Mothula, and then I fake Flipper into ice, and I find the boots in there. I feel great about that, and then I take forever to finally turn in that shovel. Speaking of which, where was that shovel? I've completely forgotten about it.
Pod.
It was Pod. It was in the room just above the money room.
Of course. Yeah, I remember I got that kind of early, and then I was looking, and I kind of forgot about it because it was sitting behind my flute, my inventory the whole time. Like, I felt really good because I went and got the flute right off the bat, too. I got that in. I was like, yeah, let's go over there and let's see if it's at this Great Fairy and not the Pyramid Fairy. And sure enough, it was. I mean, because the flute is one of those things in inverted where it's usually more or less not required. So, and if it's going to be worthwhile, you might as well get it early to get some use out of it. So I figured let's go try to get it now and then activate it when I'm over in Kakariko the first time. So that worked out pretty well. And I got 4 bottles in the matter of like 2 minutes or something like that, which was crazy as well. So,
Those bottles, man.
yeah, just one after another.
All green goose, too.
Well, the one had a bee in it over in Sanctuary as well. But yeah, no, yeah, 3 with green goo as well.
What can I say? This seed was magical. Okay, am I really going to get the silent treatment for that joke?
That was pretty bad.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Just straight up, I don't get it.
And I thought you were a professor.
I'm not a professor of jokes.
Okay, glad to see the runners know what I'm talking about.
We appreciate you, Wolfman.
Yeah.
So, any additional thoughts on this one, Salty?
I kind of wish I didn't go into Eastern. Started thinking maybe it was a Ped seed when I got that book as well, but obviously that never happened. If I got it would have been nice to get that hook shot a lot earlier. That would have saved me a few things that I did, I'm certain, because I would have been, well, I went up to Death Mountain to go to try to get through Turtle Rock the kind of traditional way, since I figured I might be able to. I'm like, I have all these items. If the keys happen to fall right, which is extremely unlikely and inverted, I might be able to kill Trinex right now as well, on top of all those other dungeons that I kind of sequence broke my way around. Because yeah, I was like pretty much never in sequence this whole race. Pretty much it felt like it took forever to get the lamp and then the flippers, like go mode items. So yeah, I was pretty much out of sequence the entire time. It felt.
Yeah, I was wondering if someone was going to take a really early dip into Ice Palace, because that could have been very interesting. Because I certainly did not.
Yeah, I did eventually, just because I was kind of frustrated. I died twice to Mothula, and did a few other things before I went back a 3rd time, and I went and grabbed myself another sword and a Heart Beast that made it a lot easier, obviously. And then I ran out of, like, it just felt like I only had pendant dungeons to do, so I'm like, let's just flute over to, it's easy to flute to 8 and just jump right in there. I got everything I need to beat there. 3 hints, 3 items, let's see what there is. I walk out with the ice rod and the boots, and I'm like, alright, this feels pretty good. But then it took forever to get the hook shots. I kind of backfired. Because like after that, I went to Mire. I was able to clear Mire after that, so I did that. And I'm like, yeah, let's go try Turtle Rock. So we tried that, and pretty much got nothing. Just a bunch of keys and 300 rupees out of that. So that was a big waste of time as well. So some things worked out, other things didn't. That's kind of rando, I guess.
That's how it works at times.
Still surprised that loop broke now. Still surprised.
Mothula with the goods.
Yeah.
I was worried I was going to have to go back and get it from the big chest of Thieves Town at that point.
Oh,
Yeah, Salty.
know.
I did Thieves first as well before Skull, and I was feeling real bad when I found that hammer.
Same. Yeah, I was already planning out my, okay, I'm gonna go try moth once, I'm gonna die. Then what am I gonna do? Okay, I'll go over to the catfish pod, you know, those checks, get stumped out by the stupid bug net, is what it would have been. And then I'll go up the mountain, and then I'll come back, and that's what it comes back to after going into Tombstone again.
At least the mountain made it pretty, like, a lot easier. A lot more confidence going in there. I mean, you got a mastered sword, you got another heart as well, so that makes it a lot. Like, as soon as I got the mastered sword, I'm like, all right, I'm going right back there. This will be a piece of cake now. Sure enough.
For sure. Yeah, I just got a good, like, sometimes you just get a pretty good pattern, and mine went pretty well. I missed my initial hammer. I was gonna go for a hammer fight at first, but I missed my first one, and I was like, looking nuts for this. Got the fire rod back out, and I just happened to be able to play volleyball for about 5 or 6 hits in a row right off the bat to get into that sort of, okay, let's just hit him one more time, and he'll die, like, 3 or 4 times until he actually died.
Oh, sorry, Chloe's learning that King Zora did not have anything of worth. Hasn't gone to Ice Palace yet. That's where Chloe needs to go.
Oh no. Alright, well anyways, I'm going to step out of here. It was really fun, I love Inverted. Figured I'd see Salty here, always fun racing. I'm on a good run recently actually, so I feel like I'm getting some vengeance for all the times he farms me at Inverted in the past. But thanks to Professor and Wolfman and the trackers as well, and the whole apparatus at Speed Gaming for putting these on.
You get it.
Yeah, I'm going to take off too, but I echo Frostbite's sentiments on thanks for everything, guys.
Alright, Chloe, please swim up.
Must be running out of locations at this point in time, too, right?
Yeah, fortunately we did not have to see Smith Chain or Bonk Rocks. So in this case, we're good.
Well, that was one thing I had in the back of my mind as well, was that Bonk Rocks and the Lumberjack could not have the flippers for me when I was coming down to that as well. There was no point in going to check those because I got the boots back in ice, obviously, so there was absolutely no point of that for me at that point.
Alright, more times have come in, but hopefully Chloe is able to catch up quickly.
Yeah. What really had Chloe went for quite a spin was that whole last location chain that led him all around Hyrule, only to find out that Ice Palace is the only thing left for him to check.
Again, sometimes that's what happens here.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can really there's nothing really you can do if you I mean, yes, if your routing is really good, you wouldn't be able to avoid this, but I feel bad for Chloe. Just straight up, I feel bad for him.
I mean, honestly, if I was in Chloe's shoes, I probably would have made some of those same plays.
Oh yeah, it's hard not to make them if you
Alright, I'm gonna step out, guys. Thanks a lot for the commentary. Thanks for the restream. And I'll see everyone.
You get it.
So Chloe's about to approach that ice rod.
Maybe. Actually, yeah. Yep, and we are going to see the immediate ice rod. Just gotta deal with these freezors. 1, 2, boom!
So finally, he's in go mode after quite a lot of time. He must. I don't know what to say. I feel ridiculously bad for him.
Alright, and chat, boots are on cold stare. They won't be skipped.
Exactly.
Alright, now all Chloe has to do is go through Laser Bridge, and then come back.
Yeah.
Hold on. Number play, what are you talking about with regarding a glitched item? I don't see anything wrong, with the inventory. But I think Chloe... I think Chloe noticed, so we're good.
Yeah. It's just it's just that explosion's covered bit of the boots icon. So yeah.
And now Chloe is about to enter Turtle Rock, but not through the main entrance. Good.
Yeah, at this point, he does not want to waste any more time.
And in we go. Chloe already knows which chest it is. Actually, Chloe already has it, right, just needed the ice rod. Ooh! Not the headbutt from the Helmasaur.
It's alright. He'll still clear it. He's just one away.
Alright. Red mail, gold sword in hand. We just have to be careful, and we should be good. That is 2 necks down. Now for the third.
That's Trinex down.
So then the big question will be, how quickly is Chloe going to get that big key of GT?
What Chloe needs to do is he needs to go full left. If he decides to go full right, he'll waste more time just going through all that, going to compass chest. You're back with the key that he gets from the pot in the following room.
Alright, so I guess the next question actually is, will Chloe get the cutscene skip? Again, we have confirmation. All you have to do is bonk on the castle tower door, and there you go.
So Chloe, on his way over to the castle,
And no bunk.
No dice.
At least it's still a shorter cutscene than the vanilla game.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And in this case, we are forced to go left, so it works out.
Yep, that's good for him to know that. So Chloe is going to be getting that key, the big key, out of the Dark Magician room.
So yeah, who knows where those Titan mitts were? Or Quake. Or the blue boomerang.
Although he did pick up the boom boomerang in the Titan's mitts earlier on, and Chloe did, which we don't know which don't know.
Oh, I actually missed those pickups.
And we don't even know. I don't even know where it was because quite a lot have already finished.
Probably in Swamp then. After all, Chloe did finish that early compared to everyone else.
Right, because there was that mushroom that he picked up in Swamp Palace, which would have been which would have been a go mode Swamp Palace if he decided to if he didn't go for a whole bunch of last locations after, or just went there earlier to begin with.
Uh-oh, I heard a beep. Now, even with red mail, the gauntlet can still be tricky if you're not careful.
Mm-hmm.
So, no shame in the safety door below. Alright, worst room in the gauntlet taken care of. The mini Stalfos. It's just... why do they exist?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not like they're, well, a skeleton of fun. Have I left you speechless, Number Play?
Maybe. At this point, I just want Chloe to finish. So it's been a rough seed for Chloe. It's been a rough seed for the runners. Let's just end this.
I understand entirely. Alright, getting satisfaction on the second group of Wizrobes. Now it just has to deal with the 2 quad torch rooms. And for the record, I generally have not kept up with the collection rate numbers. Though, admittedly, we do see 3 of them paused. We had Frostbite, our winner, with 129. Then Matt had 128. Salty took a little bit longer, but got 142. It's not going to be 100%. A number of locations were not checked during this.
Exactly, yeah.
Chloe is a kind Hylian today.
Yeah. I don't want to steal Modorm's treasure, otherwise he'll bite you in the tail. From beyond the grave.
Alright, time for our geometry exam. Ooh, nice double. Ooh, but that one kinda spiraled out of control. And now, Chloe just has one challenge left.
Yep, it's that Ganon fight. Have to overcome a lot of adversity to get to this point.
And one more talk about slugs later. Let's end this. Come on, Ganon, stop teleporting. Thank you. Did you find the arrows in the light world?
Yep, we found those Ganon.
And okay, that was a strange teleport that Ganon did right there.
Odd, but at long last, Chloe Prower is about to finish the scene. Oh boy, this was quite a rough one, as Chloe finishes 4th in the restream, which is good enough for 8th place overall with a time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 51 seconds. Right before Shire had finished in 4th place with a time of 1:39.50. Lin in 5th place with a time of 1:45.01. Hitsion 1337 was in 6th place with a time of 1:46.31. And then to wrap it all up, Durand in 7th place with a time of 2 hours and 34 seconds. Just barely, just shy of sub 2.
Well, with that, we now have Chloe here to talk about how this seed went. GG.
Hi, GG's. I'm glad I stumbled over the finish line. Yeah, I mean, that was both a mess of execution and routing and all that fun stuff.
I commend you for your persistence.
I'm forced to ask, did you ever remember, or did you ever encounter a hint that talked about the unique item at the Magic Bat?
I did, but, like, by the time I had Powder, I was so far behind, I'm just like, I gotta gamble on Pet at this point. I found Powder during my Death Mountain climb, which Did people dip Swamp before they went up to Death Mountain?
I think most, we actually had Matt do Swamp Palace second to last, and Frostbite did Swamp last, I believe. So it was kinda, it depended.
I mean, yeah, I mean, most of my time sink was just my own mistakes, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I got the hint on Magic Bat. I knew it was either the Flippers or the Ice Rod at that point. But I needed both anyways, so rushing over to get it was... I don't know. Maybe it would have been a good play to rush over to get it, because one could have led the other, because I know the Flippers did lead to the Ice Rod. But I guess the Flippers would have ended up in Ice Palace earlier, which would have been in Boots earlier. It's just so much stuff I could have done differently. And dying 5 times to Lionel's definitely didn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, Super Bunny did not really pay off in that regard.
What I was really hoping at the beginning was that, because we got the Fire Rod and the Sword so early, I thought that was going to lead to the lamp on Moth, and then it would have still been Aga required. And I felt like if I went up to Death Mountain and got to those 2 chests, I would have found the Moon Pearl and been able to skip all that.
Unfortunately, Moth had the Moon Pearl, and
Yeah.
Lumberjack had, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm glad I went up to the mountain because I did get Master Sword from Moth, which definitely helped. But, I mean, I'm so used to Invert Seeds. Like, Invert Seeds Aga requirement is like 80%. So, I just like assumed that Aga was probably required, and this is like one of the few times it wasn't.
Yeah. So, gotta wrap this up here. So, any final thoughts on the seed?
No, thanks for having me. I probably will watch it back definitely to see like how badly I screwed up. But
Let's be
thanks
a
again.
learning lesson. Let's be. Yeah.
Onwards and up. Thanks again for everyone for having me.
No problem,
Not a problem. Please follow our forerunners tonight: Matt7898, Salty Fry, Chloe Prower, and Frostbite 3030, along with my commentary partner Professor Renderer, and our 2 trackers, Numberplay and Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna.
Coming up tomorrow, we have, as far as the randomizer is concerned, it'll be a pretty easy one. For 2 o'clock, we have the open daily race, and at 9 o'clock, we also have the standard race. So be sure to check out the schedule for and for any other runners too, if you so. But yeah.
Yeah. And for some of the other events coming tomorrow, we have the Diddy Kong Racing Trophy Race Tournament going on. We have the Link's Awakening Warpless Tournament. Mega Man 2 Randomizer is being featured as well. We don't have specific channels yet, but I will heavily advise you please follow twitch.tv/speedgaming, along with speedgaming 2 through 6, in order to find out when all these happen. Do not forget about our foreign language restreams available in Spanish, French, Portuguese, and German.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with that in mind, greetings, esteemed guests, and welcome back to... Okay, I'm not doing that joke again.
I was going to interrupt you again with either an objection or a no, that's wrong.
Why don't you close things out this time, Professor?
Yeah, I'm the one who's more sensible. I'm not Phoenix Wright. I'm not I don't know. Any Danganronpa. I forget. We'll see you in the next one.
Objection sustained.
All right. See ya.